going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So it's Friday, it's the weekend, we made it. Congratulations to everybody for sticking it out. And if you did, well, and you woke up this morning, you're probably in a good mood because there is a lot of green across the board. In fact, if we come over here and we have a look, obviously these are some of the key levels that we've been looking at. But that being said, we're still going up. We are still going up, guys. So the question is, will we break this $3,513 level? If we do, guys, this is going to be pretty incredible. Now, this is over at Bitstamp. Obviously, the global average might be a little bit different, but we have officially surpassed any of the lows pretty much, all the way back to January 28th. So if you've bought Bitcoin anytime since January 28th, today, you're up. So congratulations. Now, having a look at what's going on right now, you see right here, it says it's 3,509. That's the global average, right? Now, the one thing you might notice is this guy right here in fourth place. We actually have Litecoin in fourth place for a change. Now, it's very, very, very close to EOS. I could see these guys duking it out for a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time the video comes out, maybe EOS is in fourth place and then they're going to keep switching, but we'll have to keep our eye on that. Now, looking at the biggest gainers of the day on the front page, we have Veritasium up 28%. ARC up 26%, Litecoin 19%, Quant Network, even though it got a little bit of a pullback from yesterday, still up 15%. Guys, there's just massive gains across the board. Hypercash, EOS, Mixin, Dent, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Gold, Cardano. So really whatever coin you're holding right now, you're probably up. So, obviously we have a long way to go. Zooming out, guys, we have a long way to go to get back to anywhere where we were, but we will take the gains for the day. Now let's talk about Litecoin. They were doing really, really well. Obviously, Charlie Lee came out with this tweet talking about confidential transactions. They were looking into, fungibility is the only property of sound money that is missing from Bitcoin and Litecoin, as he said. So already within less than 2 weeks, since Lee and the rest of the Litecoin developer community announced their plans to finalize confidential transaction implementation by the year's end, the community has already started to work on Mimblewimble. We saw that Medium post that came out the other day with Litecoin and Beam, right? So they say, we have started exploration towards adding privacy and fungibility to Litecoin by allowing on-chain conversion of regular Litecoin into a Mimblewimble variant. It is our joint intention to publish any and all work done as part of the project under a permissive open source license. The increase in developer activity in the Litecoin community has been key to the success of the short-term price trend. In mid-2017, Ivy Business School professor J.P. Verne discovered in a study that the best indicator of price trend of crypto assets is developer activity surrounding the blockchain on which the asset is behind. Now, I'm sure that this doesn't go for all projects, especially some of those super low cap shitcoins, right? But, for more established cryptos, that's definitely a factor. As the crypto sector experienced the worst bear market in history, since January 2018, due to various factors, including funding crunches for startups and teams, the developer activity of many blockchain projects has noticeably declined, right? In fact, we've seen a lot of people getting laid off and projects downsizing. So, on the issuer side, many projects that raised ICO funds, well, they're kind of upside down right now, or at least not doing quite well, but major assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin have actually continued to demonstrate progress in development in many areas like scaling and privacy and fungibility, etc. And that maybe could be why we're seeing Litecoin up for the day. Now, getting back onto Bitcoin, the daily Bitcoin transaction volume has been recently increasing to levels not seen since January 2018. Now, if we go back over here, guys, let me zoom back in. Get all this stuff out of here. Let's just give me 5 seconds. I'm a little slow on this thing to zoom in. But if we see right here, if we go back to the volume, look at that volume, guys. Look at that volume. That's some of the highest volume that we've seen since we took this big plunge back here. So this is a good thing, and this is why I am definitely bringing that up today. So speaking on this, you have Jameson Lopp. Now, he's the CTO at Bitcoin personal key security system firm Kaza. You may have heard of them. He published a Medium post, which I actually have right here. If you guys want, I'll drop the whole thing down there. But to summarize the Medium post, it was an analysis of the fundamental performance of Bitcoin, and he concluded that the system is improving and growing. He goes on to say a variety of improvements in block propagation have been implemented by Bitcoin Core over the past couple years, and as nodes are upgrading, they appear to have an effect. There's also a new highly performant miner relay network. So that's something also to pay attention to. According to him, lower transaction demand, improved fee estimation algorithms, adoption of SegWit, and transaction batching have resulted in more efficient use of the space and less contention for Bitcoin. Also, here is something else we have to talk about. As of yesterday, February 7th, Bitcoin hash rate has hit over 50 quintillion hashes per second, according to data from blockchain.com. The last time the computing power of Bitcoin's network saw these levels was November of 2018. As you can see right here, we had that massive dip. Everyone was freaking out. Everyone thought we were going to go into a death spiral, and that was it. And look at this, lo and behold, we're right back on track, guys. The rise in hash rate translates into new miners joining the network as the mining difficulty has dropped for the first time in 2019 by about 1.5% at the end of January. So Bitcoin mining difficulty has adjusted 10% upwards for the first time in months as the hash rate started to stabilize following November's decline. The uptick could be a bullish sign for Bitcoin price. Guys, I think we're going to touch this level. Wow. Okay, anyway, sorry, like now I kind of just want to like look at the, if it hits that, I kind of just want to watch this right now. Oh my goodness, you see that? It crossed it, guys, it crossed it. It literally broke through resistance. This is nuts. I don't even want to do the video. I don't even want to do my video right now. This is crazy. Oh, wow. All right, so this is nuts. I really hope you guys scooped up some Bitcoin during this, yeah. Anyway, wow, I'm totally getting off topic right now. Yeah, so where were we? Hash rate. Yes, so, it's super exciting right now, guys. So anyway, you look at, different guys and you see Max Kaiser. He says price follows hash rate and hash rate chart continues its 9-year bull run. But then you have other guys like Jameson Lopp, who we were just speaking about, and he says hash rate follows price. Some folks believe price follows hash rate, possibly because the hash rate doesn't simply track spot price, but rather tracks some speculative future price. Miners are speculators too, guys. In fact, I wanted to try to get like a miner on the channel. I haven't actually had anyone out there that mines on the channel, and I think it'd be really cool. So if you guys like have any suggestions, do you guys have a channel that you like? Maybe we can try to set something up. I'd like to just see what the perspective of a miner is, right now. And the other thing too I wanted to point out is the decentralization of the Bitcoin network. One of the big things was they used to complain about Bitmain owning all this, hash rate and stuff. And you can see over here, they've actually declined. In the first half of 2018, Bitmain operated hash rate through Antpool and BTC.com was peaking. According to data from BTC.com, both pools attributed over 40% of the entire network's power, whereas currently they're sitting around 30%. This is good for Bitcoin. This means decentralization. If you guys don't see how awesome all this news is, man, seriously, a lot of good stuff, a lot of building, a lot of positive stuff. It just never seems to be reflected in the price, except for today. Oh my goodness, we're going towards the second level. Wow, this is crazy. I'm so glad this is happening live. Okay. So anyway, we have last night at CoinScrum, a London-based event series, full-time Bitcoin maximalist and core developer Matt Corallo was introduced as the bastard child of Satoshi. Why? Well, he founded Blockstream, and he's an open source developer at Chaincode Labs and is something of a legend in the Bitcoin world. Among other things, he was responsible for accidentally implementing and fixing the inflation bug in Bitcoin that caused a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt last year. In response to a question, he said software bugs will always happen. Yeah, they will. That's another thing. Everyone's always like, oh, this code has bugs, that code has bugs. Guys, all code has bugs. Like, do you ever download updates to your Android or iPhone and then software bug fixes? I mean, literally, Apple can't even get it right, and you expect these anyway, just gotta say, guys, a lot of shade gets thrown recently. But anyway, he was most excited about the increase in diversity of the Bitcoin network. When he first got involved in 2011, there was only one wallet called Bitcoin. That was it. He said, my biggest concern was we were going to wake up one day and there was going to be a remote execution of wallets and everyone's Bitcoin keys were gone in the paste bin. But now we have the Lightning Network. So everyone's super excited about Lightning Network. I'm excited. I don't know if you guys are. And he said, obviously it's still early. You know, there's a lot of user experience challenges. He argued that most of the issues are just engineering challenges and will be solved over time. He says, you're not going to have a billion Lightning nodes. That's not realistic. There is a limit, and Lightning isn't going to reach every human on the planet, at least not in custodial form. But let's be realistic. There's 7.4 billion people in the planet. I think well over 2 billion of them don't even have internet access anyway at the time. You know, so in general, like, the world has a lot more to grow, not just Lightning Network, but still he was confident that the Lightning Network will work despite the current routing challenge of getting payments from one person to another. The excitement building up around the Lightning Network calls to mind the feeling when Bitcoin was created and nobody was sure what it was going to do. So who better to lead the resurgence than the bastard child of Satoshi himself? Now, this is awesome news, guys. Check this out. Lightning Network is only a few seconds slower than the best centralized digital payment solutions on the market, such as Apple Pay, and is actually days faster when it comes to onboarding merchants, according to researcher JP Thor. Okay, so let's dive in. Now, this kind of started with a tweet from Anthony Pompliano, and he said, the Lightning Network is so fast, I wouldn't be surprised if transactions could go from wallet to wallet faster than the time it takes for a credit card machine to process the chip on a card that gets inserted. Someone should run a test to time it and record the whole thing on video. So someone did. And this is JP Thor. Now, they actually say sending a payment across the Lightning Network will always be faster than Visa. Let that sink in. Lightning Network payments can be processed as fast as TCP/IP connection between two peers. A single channel has been shown to process over 250 transactions per second, so the network can scale to no real upper bound, right? However, there are several other aspects to take into account. If we're talking about just paying, Apple Pay is still a couple of seconds faster in the real world than Lightning Network, right? Therefore, Thor's methodology, also included the onboarding process of both merchants and users. The latter in particular is where legacy payment methods still have the edge, while Lightning appears to be much faster for merchants to set up. So these are what he tested, right? He did master debit card with Apple Pay, wallet of Satoshi, and also Blue Wallet. So here is what he found out. Using debit card with Apple Pay, allowing him to complete the entire process of account creation and receiving funds in under just 5 minutes. This included downloading the app, setting up the account, KYC, and registering with Apple Pay. He also sent funds from one bank account, logged in, and was able to receive them in the app account in around 1 minute. So, okay, centralized pretty fast. So this whole thing took him about 6 minutes using Apple Pay. Okay, now let's check out Wallet of Satoshi. He says, interestingly, using the Lightning Network custodial solution, Thor was able to achieve all of the above in about the same time. 5 minutes. Okay, so there you go. It's just as easy to set up Lightning as it is to set up Apple Pay, according to this guy. So downloading the app and setting up the account tool took about the same time. However, the app is ready for payments instantly, and adding funds through PayPal or PayID took just 1 minute. So Wallet of Satoshi also requires KYC if you're going to buy with fiat, but the validation process happened almost instantly, he said. Although it was slightly more complicated than Up, according to him, he mentions that in both cases he had all his documents ready. So maybe for somebody brand new, just using it for the first time, it might be complicated. But if you have any type of, if you even know what's going on in crypto and you've used Bitcoin before and you're trying to set it up, it's probably not that complicated. Then he does say the Blue Wallet custodial version was a little tough, wasn't really the best. He notes that, he says, Bitcoin builders, we need more ways to dump fiat for Bitcoin faster. So what about payments? Well, they examine how long sending payments took on each method. Apple Pay wins clearly by a few seconds. User onboarding is comparable on all three, although he says Wallet of Satoshi's UX needs to be improved. I'm sure they're going to do that over time. Now, here's where Bitcoin Solution comes out top, merchant onboarding. He says this was days faster for Bitcoin. Getting an EFT POS terminal will always be slower. The clear winner in speed here is the Bitcoin Solution. Merchants should be encouraged to adopt Bitcoin payments. Also, not to mention that you guys do know that when with debit cards and credit cards and stuff like that at merchants, that merchant doesn't get the money right away. You know that. Like, even though your card gets deducted, they basically just send like it's like an IOU. It just basically goes like, oh, K-Dub's got the money and, in his bank account, and we're going to like cover it essentially for the time being. So the merchant themselves, they usually don't get that money until the next day. And in some situations, if you're in more outdated types of, or using more outdated types of, point of sale, you could be waiting up to 3 days. So I think even that being said, the fact that Apple is seconds faster as far as the actual, standing online waiting, let's keep it moving, for the merchant, it's not really faster either way. So I just wanted to throw that as well, plus the fact that merchants have to pay pretty hefty fees, right? Sometimes upwards to 3% and higher, which is really not cool. So I just wanted to, point that out. But yeah, the good thing is that with this, we now can have micro payment. So this is great news moving forward. Also, just wanted to point out that according to the state of the dApps, the record for the most new decentralized applications created in a single month was claimed at the end of last year. There were 178 new dApps created in December, with approximately 139 new dApps created in November. The record broken in December marked a growth in dApp creation of around 28% between the 2 months. So I just want to point that out there. It's not like people aren't building. It's not like everybody just up and left the space because the price fell, right? So that is definitely good news. Also, piggybacking on what we talked about yesterday with those leaked documents about the ETF eventually being approved, you have Hester Pierce, aka Crypto Mom, aka the only one that actually voted in favor of the ETF. She says, I look forward to working with SEC Jackson to open the doors to innovation, but we're not a merit regulator issuing seals of approval, so let's encourage investors to do their own work to decide whether an investment is right for them. What's that? Do your own work? Hester Pierce, you're crazy. You should always just blindly follow every single crypto influencer and Twitter personality and YouTuber and blog poster ever. Why would you ever do your own due diligence? I'm just kidding, guys. Obviously, always do your own due diligence. If you guys want, this is the actual original article, so you guys can check that out. Now, I also wanted to talk about the yellow vest because this is the movement that's still continuing. Now, here is something that's come out. It looks like they are taking this to the next level. They're not just insinuating potentially doing a bank run. Now they're just blatantly burning banknotes and bonds in the street. This is their new form of protest. You can see right here, buy Bitcoin. This is to quote, they say, in the last 15 days, we've burned passport paper, bank check paper, gray card paper for vehicle documents, but the French government is completely deaf, so we move to the next level. If the French government continues to make it seem as nothing scandalous is happening, we will make this so all the world will know what's happening. My question is, though, why are you burning all this fiat when you could just be literally, as you say, buying Bitcoin? I mean, I personally think if you want to stick it to these guys, buy Bitcoin. Take your money out, use local Bitcoins, don't burn it. I mean, geez, at least if you're going to burn the money, why don't you just burn it into Bitcoin, right? But so that's basically what's going on with these guys. So that's that story. Also, before we move on, I want to talk about this new website, Crypto Canary, that came out. This is pretty cool. So it says, sick of all the scams hurting the crypto world, help clean them up with your reviews. Now, it only has one way of grading these, and it's just % shady. That's it. So you can't you're either shady. Well, you're only shady. You're just percentages of shady. So here you go. You have Divi. I actually met these guys at World CryptoCon. They're 6% shady. Apollo Cryptocurrency, 63% shady. Now, there's not a lot of reviews on here. 2 reviews, 3 reviews. This is really going to have to start getting a lot more people. I could see this as a platform for people to, one, shill their coins, and also for people to bash cryptos they don't like. But hopefully, through enough people actually using this and giving honest reviews, maybe they could come to some conclusion. Quant Network, 13%, Ethos, 8%. What else we got? Bitcoin Hex, 83%. Yikes. What else we got in here? Verge, 50%. Tron, 58%. Electronium, 75%. Dogecoin, 0% shady. Look at that. So, Dentacoin, 100% shady. Get out of here, guys. I need my Dentacoin for my clean teeth when I go to the dentist. So anyway, moving on, let's talk about the crypto platform Abra will give users in 155 countries the ability to purchase fractions of high-priced stocks such as Facebook, Amazon, and Netflix, as well as exchange-traded funds with XRP. This is pretty massive regardless of how you feel about XRP, okay? Abra is already rolling out the new trading feature using Bitcoin, and the company's CEO says it will implement the same functionality for XRP in the future. Meanwhile, Ripple has also announced 11 partnerships with leading universities around the world. The company's University Blockchain Research Initiative is designed to provide grants and support programs to help grow the blockchain ecosystem. You can read a list right here. I'm not going to go into it right now. Also, I just wanted to give a shout out to Switcheo. I know a lot of people don't like centralized exchanges. I've seen a lot of videos coming out, a lot of people on Twitter just bashing centralized exchanges. Well, all right, here you go. Here's a decentralized exchange, Switcheo Network, and it looks like they are doing a very nice upgrade, very sleek, very clean. So they're kind of teasing it right here. As you guys know, they're, yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever used it. It's really simple. Like, using DEXs is not as complicated as people think. But yeah, so that's their new design. Check it out. I haven't tried it personally, but it looks nice, you know, on screen. Well, actually, I don't even think they've updated it yet. So yeah. So moving on, you have the DLT Governance team working under the Metropolitan Government of Seoul has received mobile appointment letters from authorities issued by Icon's platform. From now on, Icon will be used for recording documentation in the open ledger, fighting against document falsification, etc. Government agencies, along with supporting ones, are going to be the first to use Icon, both in their private and public DLT systems. But wait. I know what you're saying. Doesn't Korea have a negative stance towards ICOs? Well, they actually clarified that right here in this Medium article that says South Korean government continues support for blockchain. Two important things to note: not all companies, projects, and startups require ICOs to raise funds, and despite many people interpreting the ban on ICOs in Korea as the government being against the development of blockchain projects, an ICO ban is not a statement by the government on its stance on blockchain. So any member of the blockchain governance team of the Seoul government can issue and view these letters on their mobile phone. In order to create such a letter and input their name and ID number, a member of this team has to accept terms and conditions. The records of issuing such letters will be kept on the public Icon ledger, so falsifying them or issuing a fake one will be impossible. Icon Tracker will help to ensure these letters are fully authentic. Yes, now, moving on, I want to talk about this situation. I know there's been a lot of controversy. We're going to discuss this super quick. You have Binance CEO says that their exchange expects to launch its own blockchain in the next week or two. The new blockchain is called Binance Chain and will be used to power the upcoming DEX Binance DEX. Zhao confirmed at the launch that during a new live stream on Periscope, saying that Binance Coin will be migrated off of Ethereum and will no longer be an ERC20 token. Makes sense. Binance Chain is built on top of the Tendermint protocol from Cosmos and will use delegated proof of stake, which will allow people who hold BNB to vote on which block producers will power the network. Zhao says the resulting blockchain will be structured more like NEO and XRP, utilizing far fewer validators than most public blockchains to focus on performance. This goes back to yesterday's video where Vitalik was pretty much saying that, you know, these types of things are not really that decentralized. We've seen the flack that NEO has gotten over it, and we've seen the other situations as well. I mean, this is just what they're saying. They're obviously saying they're only going to have, I believe it's only 11, I think it's only 11 nodes or something like that, which isn't a lot, okay? So people would argue that's still quite centralized. So the thing is, you know, you guys don't have to use Binance. You can use DEXs, okay? But from my experience personally, we don't have DEXs that have a lot of liquidity right now. It's very difficult to move large sums of money, not even large sums of money, just like regular trading sums of money without massive slippage. And this is for the average investor. And this is why you see things like OTC booming. So, you know, as far as centralized exchanges go, do I leave my money on centralized exchanges? Not at all. I do use them from time to time, but I instantly get my money off. In fact, my last few trades that I've done, literally the past few months, I've used decentralized exchanges, but sometimes you need to get in and out real quick. But whether you do not like centralized exchanges from a philosophical point of view, or you don't agree with Binance, or you don't agree with their practices, or you don't agree with them being so big, I mean, the reality is nobody took a gun and put it to anyone's head and said you have to use Binance. Binance grew naturally, organically, through people signing up willingly and creating that actual use case. So I don't really know. It just seems like anything in the top 10 at this point just gets massive hatred. Like, look in the top 10 right here. Look at these coins, right? Bitcoin, I still hear people say Bitcoin sucks. XRP, banker's coin, people can't stand it. Ethereum, clunky old smart contract platform, right? Litecoin, original shitcoin, rip off of Bitcoin. EOS, centralized piece of crap. These are not my opinions. These are what I hear people say. Bitcoin Cash, cash grab, not the real Bitcoin. Tether, is it even real? Tron, copied, plagiarized, garbage, paper, etc. You don't really hear too much bad about Stellar, I guess. I don't know really about Stellar. Binance, obviously, you hear crap about Bitcoin SV, not Satoshi's vision, terrible, blah, 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 cash grab. Cardano, when are they going to actually do something? I mean, guys, like every coin in the top 10, I've heard everyone call a shit coin. Why are they, if they're in the top 10, how are they shit coins? They're in the top 10. Just being realistic here. I don't know. If you disagree with me, argue below. I'm not even taking sides with any particular coin, any particular crypto. I just kind of got off topic because of the whole, there's been a lot of rumors around Binance and Tron and then the China hustle and all this other stuff. I mean, guys, at the end of the day, you are your own friend. You are the person that makes the decision to invest or not invest, And I feel like maybe I don't stress it enough on my channel, but I really want to encourage smarter decision making and more due diligence on your part, guys. I mean, I feel like I'm rambling. Let's check Bitcoin. Oh my, we broke, we're coming down though. Look at that. What did we touch? 3,700 and we're pulling back. Wow, what a crazy, crazy day so far. So anyway, guys, let's get off. Let's talk about some other things. So fake website mimicking Bakkt platform fails to scam crypto community. Literally, that was what my video was about yesterday. I guess these guys are just catching on. I'll drop that above if you guys didn't get a chance to catch it. Moving on, we have more of this situation going on with Charlie Shfrem and the Winklevoss twins. So it looks like they have to pay him $45,000 in legal costs due to an ongoing lawsuit. It looks like the judge at the District Court of Southern District of New York has ruled in favor of Shfrem for the second time. Now, if you guys don't know what this is all about, it was over like 5,000 Bitcoin. Oh, it's right down here. Yeah. Current battle between Winklevoss and Shfrem. The dispute goes back to 2013 when he allegedly did not return 5,000 Bitcoin owned to the twins, but instead they alleged spent the funds on personal items over a lengthy period. He's come out several times saying this is not the case, but time will tell how this plays out. Now, here's some positive news. The University of Geneva is looking to offer developer courses, okay? So they are offering them in Neo, Ethereum, and Hashgraph's Hedera. So it is a 4-module course that will focus on equipping students with skills that will help them to learn how to develop decentralized applications and blockchain and DLT. The 4 modules being studied are 1, you have the distributed ledger technology, and then number 2, development with Neo, which has 40 hours of teaching and 20 hours of work. Then you have Ethereum, 52 hours of teaching and 26 hours of work. Then you have Hashgraph with 40 hours of teaching and 20 hours of work. And it says the program will, however, not focus entirely on theories, as students will have to generate a prototype featuring what they have learned to complete the course. I think this is totally awesome, and we definitely need more of this. Also, not going to go into this, guys. Really cool article, 6 reasons why you should get paid in cryptocurrency. I'm not even going to show you the article. I'm going to leave the mystery to you. Highly suggest reading it. And one final article that I really think you guys should check out. This is a story about a dude that was stuck working at McDonald's, and he talks about this guy, his superior, who just kept getting raise after raise after raise, and he just felt stuck in the same situation. He just felt like he wasn't going anywhere. It was a dead-end job, and he talks about how he got into crypto. He made some money. Of course, he held too long, ended up losing half of it. And then he talks about how this interested him he got interested in learning how to trade. He went out, he started reading books, and he says crypto, because it moves at such fast pace, really allowed him to learn how to do traditional trading. And, long story short, he ended up getting a job and is currently making 6 figures. And there you go. So I really want you guys to read this story, how I went from being a lifer at McDonald's to making 6 figures at an investment firm overnight. night. And yes, cryptocurrency has a lot to play with the central part of this story. And that being said, guys, today is a wonderful day. Bitcoin is pumping. Also, guys, blockchain brief has come out. I just want to remind you, I'm not trying to say you guys should sign up. Really, it's up to you if you guys want to or not. But this is free. We're doing a swag bag giveaway. All you got to do is scan this. You can even scan it right now, okay? And you should be able to enter. Just want to let you guys know about that. And once again, I wanted to give a massive shout out to everyone that's been supporting the channel through purchasing ledgers, keeping your crypto safe, guys. So important with all these scams out there. Wanted to say thank you so much for using the links below. Definitely helps the channel out. You guys freaking rock. That being said, guys, wait, hold on. Let's check one more time. All right, so we're at 3,654. Man, this has been a fun episode. I wish Bitcoin would be more exciting when I record. So that being said, guys, that's it for me today. I really appreciate you coming back to the channel. As always, you are much appreciated. You have no idea how much it means to me. You guys are the reason that I do this every single day. Trust me. It can get grueling sometimes during these tough days, but with your support, you know, it works both ways. So thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Hitting the bell notification too. Make sure you guys get these updates right away. Sometimes it's very sensitive information. And that's it for me today, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Bitcoin pump, but please be safe out there, okay? Don't get crazy. I know it's payday. A lot of people are getting paid today, right? That's usually what happens on the weekends. So just be careful. You know, it's exciting right now, but just be careful, okay? I have to say that. That being said, my name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.